What seems to be the problem?
Well, my son here has dry skin, a small jaw, and no facial hair. I was wondering if you could do some tests on him to see what kind of disease he has.
Yes, we can do that right away.
Come on, come on. It's okay. It's okay. Don't stress yourself. That's all right. There you go. Right this way.
Hello, Mr. Barry. We're going to need you to come in as soon as possible. Hear this about your son.
Okay, doctor. I'll come in as soon as possible.
You might want to leave your son at home. This could be a little overwhelming.
All right, doctor. I'll leave him with his mother. Thank you. What has my son been diagnosed with, doctor?
Well, from what we can tell, he has progeria because in his beginning years he showed no growth. He is short in stature, he has dry skin, and he has a limited range of motion.
Well, do you have something I can relate to?
Yes, I have that for you.
Thank you. Well, my son is in a lot of sports, so is it going to hold him back from his full capacity?
Well, because this disease will limit the range of motion, he will not be able to perform as well as other kids.
Can he do other activities such as eating and sleeping like everyone else?
He will be able to do most things, except for things like heavy lifting. He will need assistance with that.
Well, is there anyone else, or is this new? Is this like a new disease?
No, not necessarily. It is not a new disease.
Well, my son, he's like really social, so is it contagious? Or is there a cure or something?
There is no cure and it is not contagious. But there are treatments, though, that can slow the effects of the disease, such as low-dose aspirin, physical and occupational therapy, and investigational treatment.
Well, how would this therapy affect our daily activities?
Well, it shouldn't have that much of an effect on your daily lifestyle. It would make it so it would fit your lifestyle.
Now, how long do these therapies take, on average?
I'd be hard to tell you.
Well, is there anyone else I could get more information on?
Yes, you can see the geneticist for how it can affect his life after he possibly has children.
Is there like a fault in the family's genetic history or something?
No, from what I can tell you, no, that it is not.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
You're welcome. Mr. Barry, this is my friend, Dr. Molyneaux. He's a geneticist.
Hello, doctor.
Hello, Mr. Barry. Good afternoon.
Hello, doctor.
I hear your son has progeria.
Yeah, it's really sad. I was wondering if you could tell us about our family's genetic history.
Actually, I could. It's not your fault. That's what I wanted to establish. Don't blame anybody. It's the technical term for this disease is sporadic autosomal dominant. Sporadic means random. It's totally random. Random mutation. The genes just messed up. Autosomal. That's more of a technical term. It means it's not sex-linked. It's just regular traits passed down like eye color. And then dominant means if you have this allele, this gene, you have disease.
And, well, doctor, is there anything more you could tell us? Because, I mean, if you were to live longer than 13 and have kids, would it be passed on to them?
That's what dominant means. I've got these Punnett squares and the pedigree right here. This Punnett square shows you guys for the disease. These little p's, those are recessive. None of you, neither you nor your wife have this disease. And so most of your children would be fine, but some random mutation caused this to become dominant. So this is the kid that had the disease. It's very unlucky. Only 1 in 4 to 8 million kids actually have this disease. And then this would be the possible future generation Punnett square. And this shows your kid's thing. If he were to have kids, like you said, I mean, I'm sorry, but he probably won't live long enough to have kids. But his kids would most likely, at least a 50% chance of them having the disease. And this down here is a pedigree to show the inheritance pattern. This is you, this is your wife. You have normal kids. Your kids will have normal kids, most likely. Just that one unlucky gene.
Is there any chance of my future grandchildren having the disease again, or showing up in the family again?
Like I said, it's random. I mean, there's a 1 in 4 to 8 million chance. you'd have to be really, really unlucky to get this again. The other thing is, though, if you guys, since you have a kid with progeria, there's something called mosaicism, which means where you might have some of the genetic mutation in some of your cells, but not all of them, so you don't show signs. And this increases the chance of you having another kid with progeria by 2 to 3%. So, if we do the math here, the chances of having a baby with progeria right now would be 0.00000025%, 0.00000075%. Really low. Like, I really feel bad for you. It's really unlucky. But if you were to have kids, those chances would increase to 0.00000075%, 0.00000025%.
Okay.
So still very, very low, but it is 2 to 3% more chance that your kids would actually have disease.
Well, doctor, thank you for all your time, but I was wondering if you could like test our other children to see if they have it, if they have like signs of the disease.
Yeah, like some of it, like I said, the mosaicism. Yes, we could probably do that. Another person I would like you to see would be my friend Dr. Mickle. He's a molecular scientist. He can also explain some of the other things about this disease if you would like.
All right, thank you, doctor. I'll set up an appointment with him.
Wonderful.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Valray. This is my friend, Dr. Mickle.
Take a seat.
Thank you, doctor.
Yep. So, have any questions for me?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions because this is really confusing, but I'd like to get in depth about this disease so that I could find the best way possible to care for my child.
I understand.
So could you tell me more about the chromosomes and alleles in this disease?
Well, the alleles, pretty much the same thing that Dr. Molyneaux already went over with you. The alleles are just the Punnett square that he showed you, how it's the sporadic autosomal dominant. It's on chromosome 1. It affects the LMNA gene. Basically what happens is the protein it affects the pre-lamin protein sequence, and what happens is actually right here for you.
Oh, thank you.
The Farnesyl group does not, they stay attached, or instead of being removed like they should be and being nice and round, they actually stay attached and they screw up the shape of the edge of the nucleus, which provides, the instability and stuff right there. That's what the normal nucleus should look like. And unfortunately, that's pretty much what your son's look like. It looks like it's all deformed and stuff, not really the way it should be. So that would that's the main cause. That's why it isn't stable, because it's not built up the right way. And that's also going to be the main reason that leads to the small growth, basically.
Is that cell does it spread throughout the body, or does it just stay contained to one part?
Usually it's more than one cell. There's quite a few of those that'll be in the body, and that's what leads to the progeria. It's more than one usually.
So would I have some of those cells in my body but not show the symptoms?
Probably not. If you were to have a second kid that also had progeria, then you might want to see if you maybe had just like one cell or two that just weren't showing, that were kind of in the dormant state. Then it's a possibility. But right now, since it's just the first kid, even though it's very rare, we probably would not have to do any tests. You probably are all right.
Would my son's conditions deteriorate as time goes on, or would he just suddenly just drop off?
Yeah. Basically, he ages about 6 years or so for a year he's alive. So, I mean, say your son right now, how old is he?
He's 8.
8? So he, right now, is about 48 or so. By the time he's about the 12, 13-year-old, when most kids are dying of this disease, then he'll be anywhere up to like the 70s for age. So he's probably, when he does die in those teen years, it's going to be from something that people that are 70 years old will probably die from. Osteoporosis, heart failure. I mean, is there anything that your grandparents may have died of in the past? Like some things, like cancers or
cancer and osteoporosis.
Then yeah, there's probably a good chance that osteoporosis will bite him in the butt later. So yeah, there's not really much I can do for you, but Well, enjoy the time you're with him.
Thank you, doctor. I'll call you if I have any more questions.
All right, please do.
I've got some really bad news to tell you. Son? Son? Are you alive? Get up, son. No! Oh. Doc, we got a problem.